The Bad Batch, Episode 5, Rampage. Hoping to discover who hired Fennec Shand to kidnap Omega from them, the Bad Batch go to Ord Mantell after Echo reveals that he knows of a Jedi informant named Sid who lives there. Once meeting Sid, she offers to find out information about Fennec for them in exchange for their help, which is to go on a rescue mission after some Zygerian slavers have kidnapped a child named Muchi, and Sid will receive a reward from Jabba the Hutt if the Bad Batch are able to rescue the child. Of course, the Bad Batch do find and fight off the slavers and then rescue Muchi, who actually turns out to be a young Rancor. Once taking her to Sid, Muchi is then given off to Jabba's right-hand man, Bib Fortuna, in exchange for the reward. Sid then gives some of the reward money to Hunter, but admits that she was unable to learn who hired Fennec for the job. However, despite this, she realizes just how valuable the Bad Batch must be, and offers to give them some mercenary work in the future. This episode started out decently. We had the entire Bad Batch head out to a seedy part of a city, meet with an informant, and accept a mission. Great. Then when on the mission, Hunter explicitly tells Omega to stay behind on the ship while the Bad Batch, take care of things. Cool, we'll get to see Clone Force 99 do their thing, like in the series pilot, which was one of the elements that made episode 1 so good after all, so sweet. But then the episode for me took a nosedive, as the Bad Batch get caught like some complete amateurs, and then it's left to Omega to save the day, which, yeah, I get it, but I kinda wanted an episode where the Bad Batch can just be the legendary elite squad they're made out to be. And, not have to be bailed out by a kid each time, so there's that. But thankfully, the latter part did save the episode for me, as once free, the Bad Batch then start to kick some Zygerian slaver butt, and I really enjoyed the little plot twist of Muchi actually being a kid Rancor. I will say though, this did feel like a bit of a missed opportunity not to have Patissa, Jabba's Rancor from Return of the Jedi, to be the missing Rancor kid, as that would have added some nice backstory to such a famous Star Wars creature. Then again, who knows, maybe Muchi is related to Patissa, but even then they didn't mention it, so that's a shame nonetheless. Now, one thing that did really stick out to me in this episode was Wrecker's headache, which looks to be now something recurrent. And I know at first when it did happen, I kinda wrote it off as a throwaway excuse by the writers, to have him stay behind in episode 3. But now that we keep seeing him mention it more and more, then damn, it's definitely a thing, and it's looking to be more of a tragedy that's bound to happen, and someone's going to be following Order 66 yet before the season's over. Some other small things that I liked about this episode was that we got to see Ord Mantell in animation, finally, after it's been referenced 40 years ago in Empire Strikes Back, so that was nice to see. And also the little line about the Zygerians setting up shop on Kadavo again, yeah, that was a thing. Which, if that's the case, we might be revisiting that planet in this series. And last but not least, it's pretty cool they're giving our boy Gonki some personality here. It's not just a static weightlifting barbell for Wrecker anymore, it's a little bit more than that now. All in all, this episode was okay. It certainly wasn't something I was crazy about. It started out decently, then it got into meh territory, but ended up saving itself a little in the end. Still an enjoyable episode, but yeah, that's as much as it's gonna get from me. And that was my take on this episode of The Bad Batch. Let me know what you all thought about the episode in the comments below, and if you haven't already, remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.